Hey.
Hey! Hello, 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 and welcome to Buckle Up with Bershan, your hour of inspiration, motivation, and empowerment, because we all need it during these tough times. And today's guest is so amazing and beautiful. But before I start with her and her lovely energy, I just want to give some inspiration to those who need it. Right now, we're dealing with a lot. We're dealing with COVID. We're dealing with people dealing with depression. We're dealing with people who are dealing with anxiety, stress, and loneliness. As we are dealing with social distancing, masks, things that we have never before been through. I'm here to tell you, if I can make you smile and I can give you a little bit of joy with this wonderful guest, that's what I want to do. So that's why we have the unbelievable, the beautiful, the bundle of joy, Thelma Houston. Yes.
Thank you, Bershan. Thank you.
Oh my God, look how beautiful you are. I mean, you are everything. You are a philanthropist, you're an entertainer, you're a singer, you're an activist, you're everything. Oh my gosh. And I love reading up about you and your bio and listening to your music. I'm just in a groove right now. So I just want to say thank you for joining us.
Well,
now, yeah. So Thelma, you have a plethora of a story. I mean, of a story. You have a lot. A beautiful soul from Mississippi. How did this all start? Like from Mississippi. First, tell us what part of Mississippi are you from?
Leland, Mississippi. Leland, Mississippi, which is in the Delta, which is the poorest part of Mississippi. And Mississippi is already the poorest state in the country. So we lived in the poorest part of it.
Oh, wow.
And I lived there until I was 10 years old. And then my family moved to Long Beach, California.
Wow, so y'all went from Mississippi to Long Beach? Okay. I mean, that's like two totally different areas.
I know.
Oh my God. And so how did you get into singing, entertaining? How did it start for you?
Well, when you're a kid, I started singing, they tell me, because I don't remember all this, but they said when I started when I was about 2 or 3 years old.
Oh, wow.
And the lady that was my babysitter was the piano player for our Sunday school. And so when she would practice her songs for the following Sunday, I would be around the piano and she noticed that I was singing the songs and I could remember the words. I knew when to start, when to end, when to come in and all of that. And so what happens at those churches. When you're little and if you can do anything, they will swoop you up and put you up on that stage to say your speech, to sing your song, or to do whatever. And so that was my very beginning. And everyone is very supportive, and they, she can sing, and those sisters, you sing the right thing. They would get the fanning, and they
and you going crazy.
All gravy until when I decided, like about 18 and 19, I think I want to do this for a living. And they were like, what?
It's like, skirt, right?
Have you lost your mind?
Right, not for a living, huh?
not for a living, fool. This is for but after my mom she came to one of the shows that I was doing, little neighborhood clubs, and she gave me her.
Oh, she gave the okay.
And she was because and she helped because I was a very young mother. I was married at 18 years old.
So, okay. Wow. Okay. So your first child at 18.
Exactly. So I was very young. So I had to have some help when I was trying to be a singer and all that. And my mother was my best supporter.
Wow. And so as an African-American woman, breaking into the singing business back then was hard, huh?
It was hard, but I had no idea, because I was living in Long Beach,
right,
which was just LA is right there.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. That's why Mississippi to Long Beach.
But to me, it was like it could have been New York. I was just so, I had no idea about how to get into the business. I really didn't. So all I did was I just kept singing. I was in a gospel group, and I got a gig around the corner from my house called Big Tates. And I would sing in there. I was discovered at the talent show there, it just kind of happened. I met a manager. I was very fortunate because my first manager was a man by the name of Mark Gordon, who was the manager of the Fifth Dimension.
Oh.
And the Fifth Dimension had a song called Up, Up and Away at that time. So they were already, on their path. So he had time to groom someone else. And so I was working somewhere. He saw me and he signed me, and that's how it happened. So, like these people now, these kids nowadays, they know the whole thing. They know how to do it. They know the language. They know everything. They are so far ahead on a lot of levels, in terms of getting to the business. And also not really having to go to a record company. They, social media, if you know how to do that.
Social influencers, YouTube. I mean, they got all this stuff.
You know what I'm saying? So they have all of it. So it's a total different thing now than what it was.
So tell me your first big moment when you said, I have arrived. Tell me Houston has arrived. Like, I love it because you have this big smile and this big voice. When was that time? What album, what show, what state, what country?
When I got my first, when I got paid.
I got my check.
I said, Thelma, Houston has arrived, darling. When I got my first $75 payment, that's when I thought, ooh, I have made it.
You like, that was it, right? They're listening to me, and they're getting paid. I'm getting paid by them.
I'm getting paid for it.
I love it. I love it. Now, you have been all around the world singing, all around the world. What was your favorite place?
Let's see. I think my favorite place was Italy.
Ooh. Where in Italy? Where?
I was kind of all over. I did a recording in a place called Fabriano. And that was kind of between Rome and Milano. Okay. And so and the reason I say that is because I found the people to be very open, and at the same time, very, warm. And I love the food, and I love
Italiano, of course.
Yes. I loved it. I had a good time. And it could be that I spent a lot of time there because I was making a record, so I had an opportunity to get to know the people a little bit more.
Oh, okay.
But I enjoy everywhere. I really do.
Do you love being on the road?
I did. I do. I like it. I like being on the road. Particularly when it's international. I like that.
Right. Yeah, that's better than the States.
Yeah. I don't like being on the road and here today and there tomorrow and this, but it's all necessary. But I like. Yeah, I like kind of where you can kind of sit and, not sit, but where you can go and learn a little bit about the place. And
culture and the people.
Yeah,
right?
The people and the culture and all of that.
I love it. So tell me a little about being at Motown, right? I mean, you were a part of Motown, correct?
Oh, yes.
I know. No, I know. But Motown at the time was Motown, right?
Yes.
How was that? Like, was it?
For me, like I said, I grew up in Long Beach. Now, the people like the Supremes, the Marvelettes, Smokey, all of those are my peers. We're all around the same age, right? Yeah. So they were in Detroit, and they were doing, and I was in Long Beach, California. So I'm hearing Smokey's song music on the radio, and I'm thinking, how are they doing that? And I'm seeing them on Ed Sullivan. And I'm thinking, oh, I'll never. And they were like 18, 19, 20. And I was saying, I'll never, look at them. I'll never be able to look at, they were out touring and performing and recording. And there I was working in the hospital with the babies and our lives, it feels like it'll never happen. And so when it did happen, many years later, I felt like that 18-year-old person.
And so when you say when it did happen, what was that time when it happened? Was it you were on stage with, like when you realized it happened?
It happened for me when I was up at 64 Sunset Boulevard after Motown had moved to California, and I had signed, and there I was sitting up in the conference room waiting to go in, and I saw Smokey, and I was trying to be very like I was, one of them, but I was so excited. And that's when I realized, I was just, that to me was like, that's when I realized that I had made it then.
Yeah, when you were like in Motown.
These are people that, that I was admiring so much all the time,
Yes.
And I got to tour with the Four Tops and with the Temptations. And with Smokey and I played Carnegie Hall. I opened for him at Carnegie Hall.
Oh, wow.
And I mean, it's just wonderful things. And Stevie Wonder produced me while I was there.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, with all these things. So that's how it was for me.
You made it. Look, Stevie, first of all, playing Carnegie Hall, is that probably what you would say one of the venues that every entertainer wants to play? Is that considered one of the biggest ones?
I think it is because of the name value at that time. Even now, I think there's a certain classiness about Carnegie Hall.
Carnegie Hall, right? I think so too. All the great ones have sort of been through Carnegie Hall, and oh my God, look at you! And Stevie Wonder produced one of your albums. Tell me about that.
No, he produced one of my songs.
Okay, so tell me about that. Which song was it?
So this is the deal at Motown. If you weren't for me, this is my story. I'm just I wasn't at the time that I was first went to Motown. I was not writing songs.
Okay.
I was I was kind of, people were writing for me, and they would write songs. Say, well, I think this would be good for Thelma. And so Stevie had a song that he thought would be good for me. It's a song called "Let 'Em Talk." So we went into the studio and we cut the tracks and to put my voice on the song, and we were in the studio this particular evening, and we had finished early, and so Stevie, his driver, hadn't come back to pick him up yet. So I'm saying, Stevie, I'll take you where you need to go. And he said, oh, you will? And I said to myself, oh, girl, you're going to be taking Stevie.
Yeah, exactly.
So
I love it.
We went out and got into my little raggedy car.
I love it.
And I was taking Stevie, and we were driving to the destination. And all of a sudden, the car said, and I had run out of gas.
Oh, no.
With Stevie Wonder in my car.
Oh my gosh! Oh my God.
Then I said, oh. Then I got real nervous because I'm thinking, oh my God, I have this man in my car, this multi-million. Oh, I got so
Stevie Wonder, the icon.
Yes. Right. So here we are walking down the street. I'm trying to lead him back. Luckily, we weren't that far away from the studio, but too far, Yeah.
Still not close. Yeah.
I said, oh my God, if they find out that I have this man out here on the streets, what if I say, oh Lord Jesus? But we did get back to the studio, and it was, and needless to say, although we remained friends, he never did finish that recording.
That is hilarious. Now, did he take it lightly, or did y'all laugh?
He took it lightly. Oh, no. He took it lightly. He didn't.
Okay.
He wasn't.
So he took it like it.
He took it lightly, but he didn't finish that song.
I know. The Stevie Wonder, the icon.
The icon, Stevie Wonder, yes.
Wow. And so would you say, what type of artist are you? Because you know what, you're soulful, you're gospel, you're like, what would you say your niche is?
I would say R&B.
R&B.
Uh-huh.
So do you not like doing gospel? Because do you still?
Oh, I do. No, I do. I do gospel.
Okay, yeah, no, I've heard the gospel song. I was like, ooh, sing, right? You know what I mean?
I do gospel. Matter of fact, I did an album with let's see, Mavis Staples. Mavis Staples was part of the group that we did, and Cece Peniston.
Oh, okay, yeah, I love
and oh my God, it'll come back to me. I'm having one of those senior moments. But we did an album. We did a gospel album, and we went to the Vatican to perform. Yes, Phoebe Snow. Phoebe Snow. That's what she was in the gospel.
Okay.
Gospel group that we put together.
Oh wow.
For a particular thing, yeah. And we made an album, and the album is really good. Yeah.
Oh, look, everything you do is good. I mean, let's talk about also winning a Grammy.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, you can't get any better than winning a Grammy. I mean, this is the top. Like when you say I've made it from the $75 and then signed with Motown, you must have really felt like you made it when you won the Grammy.
Well,
I mean, a little girl from Mississippi, you said the poorest state in the country. You said poor.
Exactly. So let me tell you, on the night of the Grammys, first of all, I thought, I had been nominated before. And I was nominated. I was up against Aretha Franklin and I forget who else. And and I had gone to New York for the Grammys, and I was all, I knew I wasn't going to win that one because I was up against Aretha Franklin. And so, but I didn't win. And then, and if you look at it, I think there might be a clip on YouTube where you can look, and as I guess as my name was called, there's a look, and someone else's name was called, they got a shot of my face, and it wasn't like, oh, like that. It was like. So when I got nominated again, I thought, I don't know if I can, I don't think. So I ended up not going.
You didn't go?
I didn't go. And when Suzanne DePass, Suzanne DePass is pretty much the one that signed me to the label. She was the head of the A&R department at the time.
Right.
She signed me to the label. She picked the song "Don't Leave Me This Way" for me to record because she thought that was a good song for me to do because it was originally recorded by Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes.
Right.
And so she says, I think it'll be good for a woman to do that. So listen to it and tell me what you think. So I listened to it and I thought, okay. Anyway, she picked, we recorded the song. And there we were the night of the Grammys. She called me and I'm at the house in my apartment, scrubbing my kitchen floor. And
she said, thinking about the Grammys.
She said, you won. I said, huh? She said, you won. And I felt like such an idiot. And I'm telling you, that was the lesson. It's like, never stop believing in yourself.
Never stop believing in yourself.
Never stop believing in yourself. You always got to go for it. And because I'll never get that opportunity again. Even though later on,
don't ever say never. How about that? We're not even going to say never.
Right, we won't say that. We won't.
Don't put that in the universe.
Right. I won't. The opportunity to do that. That for the "Don't Leave Me This Way." I'm saying that moment was gone. But no, there are, that's what I'm saying. So you can't recapture that moment.
You can't recapture that moment, but Thelma, there's another moment.
But there will be another one.
And you know what's so funny? Yeah, I love that. And just to the audience to say, never stop believing in yourself.
Never.
Because you know why? Because we let doubt worry, and fear get into our heads.
Yes. And
when
it rules, and we can't allow that.
Rules your head. It's doubt, worry, and
Yes.
fear. It goes over and over and
Yes.
over again. And see, you being so great, you didn't even think, well, let me not do it. Let me just whatever. You know, I'm against. And here you are. You see God in the universe. That's why I said, never stop believing in yourself.
No,
Take
you got to
the leap. Take the leap. I'm telling you, if you take the leap, it will just. And I tell this to the audience. If you're listening to this and you need it, take the leap. Don't live in that fear. It will
hold you back, and it'll hold you back from everything. If you allow that to be the rule of you, you are the rule of you. You know, you can't fear, or like you said, fear, doubt, none of that. You know,
none of that. You are the ruler of you. Wow, and winning that Grammy. Oh my God, I love it like that. I mean, that is so. So tell the audience about this concert, virtually. What is the concert?
Virtually
yours, not yours. Tell us about that. And how did it come about? Tell us.
Well, it came about because I'm sitting here in this. I was sitting in this house, and all my dates had been postponed. They kept saying, okay, next month, no, well, no, a couple of months, no. And this opportunity came up for me to do a show that would be, and I said, well, how are we going to do that when we can't? It's, we'll do a show, and you'll be in your in your house, your living room, whatever. And I thought, that don't sound. But then I thought, okay, because this is going to be it. And this is what we're gonna have to do from tonight. And I just jumped into it, and I had the best time.
Really?
Yes, I had the best time once I realized, well, this is the way it's gonna be for a while, and it might continue to be this way for a while as far as the
wow. Yep. So your concert is gonna be in your home.
You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know a lot of folks that's gonna be running out to a concert. You know, even though the vaccines are with us. Coming, you know what I mean? Nobody's gonna be running out there for right now.
No, not right now. I mean, we'll see. Let's let 100,000 or a million do it.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah, I'm not taking that vaccine. I want to see how the first 25 million do.
Exactly.
I want to know what's next for you. Like, what are you doing? Because the world wants to know what's next for Thelma Houston.
Well, I'm working on an EP, and I'm trying to get that out before the summer.
Okay.
And that's what I'm working on now. And I'm also working a little bit on here and there on a memoir. My memoir.
Oh, you got a memoir, a book.
I'm gonna. Yes. I'm gonna. Actually, if the story's gonna be told, let me tell it first.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah.
So you got a book, you got an EP, you got, now tell me, how many albums have you done?
I don't know, maybe 20 some, maybe.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, 20 something?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's been a lot.
You've done a lot. Okay. Okay, you've done a lot. Look,
I'm gonna say all of those were hits, all of those, but when you total it all up, that's about how many it is. Yeah.
Oh, and so you know what? Who was your, like, if you were to say, because you're an icon to me, you are someone I look up to. I mean, your voice is, it's electrifying. Who would you say is your icon in singing, as an entertainment?
Well, the person that my inspiration was two of them. One was Mahalia Jackson.
Ooh, Mahalia Jackson, that voice.
And then the other was Dinah Washington.
Dinah Washington, wow.
Mm-hmm.
And what was it about Mahalia and Dinah? Because they're two different.
Okay. Well, Mahalia, all she had to do was say, just whatever she did, and she would just go right to my very soul. Whatever she did, whatever she sang, or whatever, it was just so real, and like it was just coming from within, just so I don't know. I still do get these feelings, like in my
your core,
soul.
your
Yeah,
bones,
my
right?
core. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It goes
yeah.
right to it. Another person that does that uh, a lot, and I won't say for every single thing that she did, was Aretha. Aretha had that ability to go right to that place in my
Yeah, Aretha
heart.
does have that. Aretha can go to the soul.
Right there, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Dinah
Straight ahead.
Washington. Now Dinah Washington, I love because Dinah did all kinds of music. She did blues, she did pop, she did R&B, she did show tunes, she did everything, and every word you could understand what she said, no matter what the genre of music she was doing. You
Yes.
understood every single word. And
Yes.
I always thought that was great. I love that. That's what I tried
Because
to
she
do.
was so eloquent and she spoke so well.
Yes,
So when
yes,
she spoke, it was very it reached the soul. Yes.
yes, yes.
What about Josephine Baker? It seemed like you would like Josephine Baker.
I do like Josephine Baker. I love Josephine Baker I was fortunate enough to see Josephine Baker perform.
Oh,
And
really?
yeah, here at the Dorothy Chandler Pavilion. And she was amazing. And her stories, her very being, she was just so glamorous, and she was very soulful too. One of the things that she did, I remember her coming out onto the stage. She was on a motorcycle.
Was she?
Oh yes, she was on a motorcycle.
Oh,
yes, she was. She had on the motorcycle, had and all that, the leather. She was fabulous. So yeah.
She was,
and Lena Horne, lots of people I love. I
and
like.
You like Lena Horne too. Everybody.
All those. There was something about that era of people.
So would you say you pulled from all of them?
I tried to.
Mahalia, Joseph, yes. Because it's just like your look today is very eclectic, eccentric, beautiful, joyful. That's why Josephine Baker, very artistic. I love it. Oh, I love your style. Oh my God. And so what's next for Thelma Houston is EP. A book. And are you tell the world, like, what is a quote from you that you can teach the audience during these times? What's something that you can share? A gem, a Christmas gem, a holiday gem.
I think for this period of time, I think we should all be passionate about life. About life.
Passionate about life. What
about
is that?
Life. About life, living, being among the living.
Living.
And
living, not dying.
And being grateful. I think that's.
I love that, living. Being grateful. Now, before we end, tell us about your show.
About the virtual show?
Well, yeah. Well, the virtual show it's still going, right?
It's still going. Yeah, the virtual show. You can go to thelmahouston.com, and it will lead you to the virtual show, and it's called Virtually Yours, and it's 45 minutes of. I do some Motown. I do some original songs. My son is rapping on one of the songs he and I wrote. I'm doing some little dancing. I'm doing it's like a 45-minute version of the show that I do.
Oh, I love it.
It's very eclectic, a lot of different things in it.
Okay, tell us again. No, say it again.
I said we have some gospel. I have Motown music in it. We have gospel music in it. And yeah.
Oh, this is so beautiful. Tell them one more time how to find you, Thelma Houston.
Thelmahouston.com. And it's also at Thelma Houston. It's at Twitter, Thelma Houston Official.
Thelma Houston Official, thelmahouston.com. Thelma, I just want to thank you for a wonderful podcast today. I want to thank you and your beautiful soul, your music, your energy, your creativity, your support, and your love.
Oh,
Thank you.
thank you, beautiful lady. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you. And we will hear from you again. Please,
Okay.
everyone, check out thelmahouston.com and Thelma Houston, official on Twitter. Twitter, right?
Yes, yes.
All right, I got it. And
Okay.
thank you all for listening to Buckle Up with Bershan. Please go to UBNGO and subscribe. And please have a wonderful and a safe holiday.
Thank you.
Buckle
You
up.
too.
Yes, enjoy. Happy
Okay.
holiday.
Happy holiday to you too.
Thank you. And we're out.